At first, this looked like a normal fraud situation. Just another celebrity dealing with stolen card details. But then something didn't add up. It all started late at night, when Cardi B's phone began lighting up with transaction alerts. One after another. At first, it didn't seem too serious, maybe a delayed charge, maybe something she forgot about. But within minutes, the numbers started stacking in a way that didn't make sense. $7,000. Then $11,000. Then over $20,000 in a single swipe, and this wasn't spread out over days, this was happening fast, too fast. Within a short window, over $60,000 had already been spent. Now that's when the energy shifted, because these weren't random online charges from some unknown website halfway across the world. These transactions were happening in real time. Inside physical stores, Saks Fifth Avenue. Apple, luxury spots. High-end purchases. Whoever was doing this wasn't testing the waters, they went straight for the top, and that's when things started getting weird, because for transactions like that to go through, multiple, high-value purchases, back-to-back, you would expect some kind of security flag. A pause. A verification, but nothing stopped it, no decline, no delay, just swipe. Approved. Swipe. Approved. Swipe. Approved, like whoever was using those cards knew exactly what they were doing. And exactly how much time they had. Now imagine watching this happen in real time. Money disappearing, notifications stacking, no control. That kind of situation doesn't just frustrate you. It triggers something deeper, and Cardi? She wasn't quiet about it, she jumped into action immediately, calling her bank, locking accounts, demanding answers. But by the time everything started shutting down, the damage was already done, and whoever did it, gone, or at least. That's what it seemed like at first, because then came the part that changed everything: security footage, two individuals, faces covered, movements quick, but not chaotic. That's the detail that stood out. They weren't rushing like amateurs, they walked into Saks like they belonged there. Calm. Focused. Picking items with intention, not guessing, choosing, then heading to checkout like it was just another day. Moments later, they walked out with bags filled, thousands of dollars worth of items, without a single problem. Then another clip surfaced: Apple Store, same pattern, same energy, in. Swipe. Out, no hesitation, no confusion, no fear, and that's when people started noticing something strange. This didn't feel random. This didn't feel like someone who just found a card or got lucky with stolen details. This felt planned, strategic. Targeted, because think about it, the speed, the locations, the confidence, it all points to one thing: preparation. And once that idea hit the internet, everything exploded. People started asking questions. How did they get access? Why wasn't anything flagged? How did they move so smoothly in high-end stores without raising suspicion? And more importantly, why did it look like they knew exactly what they were doing? Now Cardi's reaction added fuel to the fire, because she didn't come online calm or collected. You could hear it in her voice. This wasn't just frustration, it was anger, real anger, the kind that comes from feeling violated, disrespected, because this wasn't just about money anymore. It was about someone stepping into her world and taking advantage of it. And then she said something that changed the entire tone of the situation. If the authorities didn't handle it, she would, not in a joking way, not in a maybe kind of way. She made it clear, she was serious, and that moment, that's when the story went from a fraud case to something much bigger, because now it wasn't just about what happened, it was about what could happen next. The internet split instantly. Some people backed her completely, saying things like, "I don't blame her, and they picked the wrong person." Others were more cautious, pointing out how situations like this can escalate fast. And not always in the right direction. But while that debate was happening, another layer started forming, a deeper one, because people weren't just reacting anymore, they were analyzing, breaking things down, looking at timelines, locations, behavior, and one question kept coming up again and again: was this really just a random scam, or did someone know more than they should? Because access like that, especially at that level, usually doesn't just happen by accident. There's usually a gap somewhere, a leak, a mistake, or someone on the inside, and the more people thought about it, the less random it started to feel, because everything about it, the speed, the precision, the confidence, it all pointed in one direction. This wasn't luck, this was execution. Meanwhile, Cardi hasn't backed down from how she feels. If anything, her stance has only made it clear that she's not treating this like a small issue. And why would she? Because if something like this can happen once, that easily, what's stopping it from happening again, not just to her, but to anyone? And that's what makes this situation hit differently. It's not just about a celebrity losing money, it's about how quickly control can be lost, how smoothly something like this can be carried out. And how, sometimes, by the time you realize what's happening, it's already too late. But even with all the details, all the footage, all the reactions, there's still something about this situation that doesn't sit right, something that feels incomplete, like a piece of the story is missing. Because if everything we've seen is just the surface, then what's really going on underneath? So now the real question is, was this just a bold, well-executed scam, or was this something more calculated, more targeted, and far from random? And if you were in that position, watching everything unfold in real time, would you trust the system to handle it? Or would you take matters into your own hands?